Imagine this. You're an honest construction worker just trying to make ends meet when a couple of jabronis try to steal everything that is precious to you.
Hey buddy, give me your shovel.
And your jorts. My shovel and my jorts?
Now.
Instead of giving in to these thugs, you turn to the one thing that can save your life.
I'll give you them all right. Over my newly bought steel-toe boot.
But will they be enough? That's what we're gonna find out.
Alright, Brolabs is back, baby! And no, I know you're sitting there and you're probably thinking, Houston, what is Brolabs? You haven't done it for at least a few months. Well, let me tell you, man, Brolabs is my entirely different series where I stop becoming the world's strongest bodybuilder. Instead, I slap on this cool lab coat and do experiments. Totally different. In today's episode, we're doing a highly requested experiment with steel-toe boots. And I know what you're saying. You're like, Houston, what could you possibly be doing with a steel-toe boot? It's a quality boot that protects your toes. Well, that is true. But because of these maniacs here that you see on screen, they want to know what happens when a steel-toe boot hits someone. So as the foremost scientist in boot matters, I'm gonna find out, can the steel-toe boot be an effective weapon? Now, if you're not a hard-working manual labor man like old H-Town here, you might not know what the heck a steel-toe boot is. Well, it's quite simple. It's a boot that has steel in the tip, so it's really, really hard on the tip. You hear that? That's the steel, baby. Now, as the foremost boot expert in the world, I have devised an ingenious way to test this steel-toe boot as a weapon. First, we will smash random objects with the steel-toe boot.
The opposite of sober.
Oops, that's for later. So as I was saying, first we will be using the steel-toe boot here to be smashing random objects of different hardness to figure out what the boot can do and what is its destructive power. Then, we're gonna test the boot on me by hitting me in various different ways on both legs. And then we're gonna inspect the damage immediately after, and then once again 2 days later to see if this was an effective weapon. You gonna eat this, Garrett?
No.
All right, you're lost, buddy.
It's all yours.
I will want to eat this. Before we go any further, I'd like to thank a longtime sponsor of my YouTube channel, The Ridge. Now, The Ridge has supported my channel for a super long time now, and I absolutely love their products.
For those of you that don't know, the Ridge is a minimal front pocket wallet that is extremely durable due to it being made out of military grade materials such as titanium and carbon fiber. The Ridge is actually so confident that you'll enjoy the product that they are offering free shipping, free returns if you don't like it, and there's a lifetime guarantee. With over 30,000 5-star reviews, they got a lot to be confident about.
The Ridge has a lot of awesome products that I absolutely love. And if you guys want to get your own Ridge products, I got some great news for you. You can get 10% off today by going to theridge.com/Houston. That's theridge.com/Houston and use code Houston. The link for that will be down in the description below. All right, before we kick me, we gotta kick other things because this is a very scientific show. Give it to her, boys. Up first, a pineapple. Let me get my hand. There's pineapple up there now. There's a boot-sized imprint where my pineapple used to be. Now the taste test.
Maybe this isn't a good idea then.
It ruined the pineapple, dude. Here we go. Did you even hit it with the steel toe part? No. Oh. Well, that was a abysmal failure on Weston's part. Embarrassing. I mean, could we actually expect him to hit something accurately? No. So we're gonna go on to the watermelon, one of the juiciest melons. I'm gonna stop it like this, and he's gonna give it an old boot.
He doesn't get any. Up next, I got the hardest nut in the world, the coconut. Oh wow, that nut's tough, dude. Oh, she was juicy. How's that taste? Not good. All right, up next, a Red Bull, a very hardy can, but is it hardy against the steel-toe boot?
Did it do anything?
What do they make these things out of? Adamantium? We learned a lot here today. Mostly that it's freezing cold out here. I can't feel my fingers anymore. But we got one last thing to test out. A nice chunk of meat. The summer sausage. All right, boys. You know what to do. Get it!
How is it? Cold?
Into summer, really.
All right, fellas, we're starting with the kicks, and I want to make sure you guys are giving me some accurate kicks so we can get a good gauge of how effective the steel-toe boot is as a weapon. So I'm gonna do a little bit of role-playing here, okay? So imagine I'm like your cool, awesome boss that all the ladies love, all right? Now you guys are some like loser underlings, all right? And then I come up to you and say, hey, you're both fired. So that's the scene. You're not really fired. Just so no one can dispute how hard and real these boots are, I'm gonna give them the quick hammer test, as I like to call it. You feel that? How your toes feel? Ooh, that sounds good. Now mine. All right, we're starting with the calf because honestly, if anyone's ever gonna get hit with a steel-toe boot, it's probably down low in the calf or shin. So let's find out what happens. Oh! Okay, all right. Yep. All right, Weston's up. Check the validity of his boots real quick. Yeah, there's a little bit of steel in there, I can tell. Oh! Okay, all right, I'm fine. You know what? Let's go get a saw. Let's cut my leg off right here at the knee. I don't need the calf anymore. All right, that calf test, man, let me tell you. We're learning something here today, okay? But we gotta move on to the old hammies. The hammy, this part of the leg right here. Oh, it was a glancing blow, too!
Why did you have that in your pocket?
Dude, you never know when you chap lips strike. That's beautiful. Thank you for that, Brian. All right, so that was a false alarm. These things happen in science, you know? Science is never 100%. Whenever you're ready. Oh! My hammy's cramping. Weston, stretch me out quick. I'll help you. Not. It just stings really bad. My hammies don't work like they used to. We're going on to the quads. Now I've devised a foolproof system so that it can hit the quads without fail. You see, it kind of works like this. I do this number. It's important you cover your nutsack. And your knees. And definitely make sure the nutsack's covered, like I said. And now your quad's exposed for the world. Ready to take the beating whenever you're ready, Brian. Gee, just do it already! I swear.
Feel good?
I'm just processing the information. It didn't feel good. Oh, you can do better, Weston. You're a bit. Oh, don't take the seat. No. Oh, okay. Same spot, man. Who would have guessed?
I think he wants one more for good measure.
I didn't say that.
We should try curb stomping.
Try kicking your own
quads.
What?
You gotta kick your own quad.
Kick your own quad. I was not expecting that.
Thought I had to fart for so long. Now that the kicks are out of the way, it's time for them to use the steel toe boot more like a handheld weapon, much like a bat, but it's a boot. So I'm gonna let them use my handy boots here. They're just gonna swing like that. Should work. Actually, hold on, there's something in here. It's a like on the video. Now, Weston decided to equip the boot to be an extension of his arm. So, it's like a boxing glove, but... Sorry, that was reflexes. Not as bad as a kick. Give me one more, Weston. Oh,
Not as bad as the kick?
That one was,
You're like the cheapest production Street Fighter character ever.
Oh! That was all steel boot. That was this. The boot. The whole head of the boot is what I'm trying to say. In contact with my calf. Very effective, Bryan. Good work. Oh! What?
Yeah, it works better that way anyway.
I didn't even know that.
I feel like that could have been better.
I say we try it again.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Those boots are hard, man. Give it to me, boys. Oh, so cute. Oh my God! Put a hole in my calf. Oh my shit! I mean, oh. Now let's inspect the damage immediately after getting hit with the steel toe boots. On to the side that I got kicked with first. As you can see, they kicked some ashiness into me, possibly. There's a couple red marks. And then up here on my hammy, more red marks. Could turn into bruises later. And then the quad, which is already seemingly slightly bruised. And then onto this side, which they used their hands to hit with. And honestly, pretty effective. Some pretty solid marks there all around. Look at that hammy. They kicked the whiteness straight into me. Or beat the whiteness into me. And then bam! Look at this! Bruised already! What kind of witchcraft is that? Or science craft? Alright, it's been 3 days later and I'm checking back in to show you the damage the steel toe boot did to the old H-Train lab coat. Anyways, I'm gonna show you the damage on the side that they were kicking me with. First, starting with my calf, and as you can see, there's some light bruising right there. Little bit of light bruising on the old hammy, and then a little bit more light bruising right there. I will say this though, all those spots are tender, like a piece of meat that you would tenderize. And now for the damage on the side where they used the boot like a hammer or some kind of weirdly shaped boxing glove, starting at my calf, and that is the worst bruise I got. And it's actually lumpy. Garrett, touch it. Confirm the lump.
Oh, it's a lump.
It's a lump, and it could be dangerous. Also, probably not much bruising to show for it on the rest of the leg, but that lump.
It's lumpy.
Should I probably get that lump checked out, Garrett?
Yeah, I would.
I don't have insurance. All right, so what did we learn from this super scientific experiment? Well, first off, getting hit with a steel toe boot hurts like crap, man. These things, they suck to get hit with. They suck extra hard. However, I was really surprised by the lack of long-term damage and bruising. And I don't really know why that was because, you know, I'm not a doctor, I'm a scientist. However, I can say this, for certain, you do not want to get hit with a steel toe boot because it's really hard.